chocolate chip cookie, the American classic, pure comfort in a bite. And with it, medium dark Brazil, calm, rounded bitterness. Bitterness rains the cookie's layers of sweetness, caramelized sugar at the edges. Then rich chocolate pushes the sweetness higher. With the sip, bitterness carries it forward. And this is only the start. Coffee pairing has so much more to uncover. And this is where we begin. Why does a chocolate chip cookie make us feel so warm and fuzzy inside? A big part of it is memory. But cookie itself gives us a clue. Sugar, butter, and flour bake into sweetness that caramelizes. Chocolate melts in the oven and then sits again as it cools, laying a soft blanket over the cookie's sweetness. We pair it with the coffee that feels equally at home. Low in acidity, bitterness stays centered, and a touch of sweetness underneath. A medium dark single origin Brazil brings that balance. The pairing grounds the cookie's sweetness, brings it back to earth, and make it something for grown-ups. What we just did with the cookie, that has a name. It's called coffee pairing. Simply put, it means choosing a coffee with a specific food so they enhance one another, each making the other taste better. Coffee isn't one-dimensional. It carries sweetness, acidity, bitterness, body, aroma. And food brings its own qualities: sugar, salt, acidity, fat, spice, texture. When you bring them together, those elements interact. The pairing makes new dimensions in how we taste them, highlighting some notes, softening others. That's coffee pairing. Not an accident, not just a happy coincidence, but deliberate choice to let food and coffee work in combination, so both becomes more than they are alone. People already pair coffee with food every day. A cookie, a hearty breakfast, a slice of pie. A cup of coffee is just expected. We know they're meant for each other. But here's a question. If we all recognize it, why isn't coffee pairing more widely known or talked about the way wine pairing is? One reason is geography. Vineyards were concentrated close to where European dining traditions developed. Wine was grown, harvested, and poured almost in the same regions, so it naturally became part of the table. Coffee was different. It was grown far away, shipped across oceans, and entered people's lives as an imported product. People enjoyed it, but it wasn't woven into dining culture in the same way. The second reason is cultural. Because wine was close at hand, people learned its traditions. Rules were written. Sommelier emerged. Wine pairing became a formal practice. Coffee never got that. It was treated as a daily ritual, morning fuel, an afternoon pause, something casual. It didn't receive the same framework or the same spotlight in dining. And the third reason is circumstance. For a long time, European roasting leaned heavily toward dark roasts. Those give bold bitterness, but the more delicate notes never came through. Without that nuance, People didn't notice how much coffee could interact with food. The potential was always there, just hidden. Coffee pairing has always been there. You've probably done it without thinking. But history and habit kept it from becoming recognized, structured, and celebrated the way wine pairing has. But coffee culture has advanced. Today, it isn't just a morning ritual or an afternoon pause. More people are aware, more people are educated, and what used to be casual fuel is now something people pay real attention to. Specialty coffee made that possible. Everyone is familiar with single origin coffee. We choose roast levels on purpose, and we notice how brewing shifts what shows up in the cup. Tasting notes, once ignored, are now part of the ritual. We read them, we look for them, and often we talk about them. When that kind of attention reaches the table, you can feel the difference. I've collaborated with chefs on special dinner events to serve coffee with their dessert course. I sat in on menu tasting, chose the beans, custom roasted as a roast master for that particular dessert. On the night, the reaction was crystal clear. Guests tasted the difference. They understood why the coffee landed with that plate, and it carried the meal to the finish. It showed coffee belongs as part of the whole experience, just like wine. And that's why this matters now. Pairing isn't complicated. It simply gives shape to what you already notice. What we've always done without naming becomes something that you can repeat with intention. Coffee pairing is about discovery. Each episode, one coffee, one food, placed side by side to see how they shape each other. The possibilities are broad, from dessert pairings to savory dishes, even the unexpected. The point isn't that one highlights the other, but that together they create a fuller experience. And it always comes back to what you taste for yourself. Every pairing is a chance to notice something new and make it your own. Next time, we'll explore fruit tart. Bright and refreshing, with delicate fruit acidity held together by smooth custard cream. If you'd like to follow along with more pairings, subscribe so you don't miss the next one. Thank you for exploring with me today. I'll see you at the next pairing.